Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I have a very sad news to tell you. Do you realize that 90% of pressboard producers surrounding you every day is emitting a toxic gas called formaldehyde, the substance in which the World Health Organization has confirmed as being carcinogen. What emits this highly toxic substance is the adhesive used to form wood chips into pressboard, and this has prompted governments around the world to start regulating the level of formaldehyde in pressboard products. This, coupled with the demand for green products from consumer and furniture retailers, it forces the pressboard producers to lower the toxic nature of that product. But unfortunately, to achieve lower level of toxicities, producers are facing with a much higher cost. This is because adhesive is a key cost driver. It accounts for up to 45% of the total cost, and the non-toxic wood adhesives is 60% more expensive than the conventional toxic one. So today we are here to present to you our disruptive innovation, EcoGen. EcoGen is a non-toxic wood adhesive system at 30% cheaper compared to the industrial non-toxic alternatives. Now, I'll have my Director of Sales, Joy, explain to you why EcoGen stands as the best solution today.
So what is EcoGen? EcoGen is an innovative formulation of non-toxic adhesive for pressboard manufacturer. Comprises two major components, proprietary biopolymer and proprietary non-toxic binding agent. Now let me show you how EcoGen works and why it is the cheaper and better solution. The non-toxic adhesive widely used in the industry is MDI. However, having studied MDI performance, EcoGen outperforms MDI in two main properties. First, EcoGen has superior penetration property. With our biopolymer nature, EcoGen is highly compatible with wood fiber, allowing the whole adhesive system to deeply penetrate into the wood cell. While MDI has a limitation on this aspect, it's only stuck to the outer layer of the wood cell. This means that high amount of adhesive is needed to produce the required physical standard of pressboard. Second, EcoGen can form stronger chemical bond. The instant reaction between biopolymer and non-toxic binding agent of EcoGen lead to higher bonding strength within the wood molecule. So, with EcoGen's superior penetration and bonding property, pressboard manufacturer can achieve 50% less adhesive use and 30% lower adhesive cost, and still maintain physical property of the pressboard. Tested by the third party, pressboard produced with EcoGen has passed both ASTM and European standard and is ready to be used at the industrial level. Now let's take a look how big the market is. In 2013, global wood adhesive was valued at $13 billion, and the industry is forecasted to grow at 4.4% over the next 5 years. According to United Nations research, Asia accounts for almost 8 billion or 60% of the global market. The wood adhesive market is divided into 4 segments based on the level of formaldehyde emission. The medium toxic segment dominates half of the market, as pressboard producers are forced by the regulation to produce medium toxic wood as a minimum standard. Although the non-toxic segment accounts for only 1.3 billion due to the high price, but the growth is strong at 8% because of the stringent regulation and the increasing demand of the green product. Many furniture retailers are seeking for the lower or non-toxic product. For example, the formaldehyde content on their product are significantly lower than the EU standard requirement, and they even aiming for the non-toxic pressboard to serve their customers. Home Depot is another example. They also seek and promote formaldehyde-free feature to their customers. And in addition, as we have spoke with CEO of Buller, the leading furniture company in Canada, The company now currently using the non-toxic pressboard to serve their customers. And they confirm that the non-toxic furniture will be a new standard soon. Now let me show you how Ecogen can change the face of the industry. These are the prices of current adhesive when produced with 1 cubic meter of pressboard. As you can see, Ecogen offers a completely non-toxic product at a cost advantage to others over the entire non-toxic market. And for the producer who currently use the toxic alternative, they pay almost the same, but they get more on non-toxic features. This is the huge opportunity to shift the entire medium and low segment to producing non-toxic products. Now let me introduce Top, our CMO, will tell you how we market Ecogen.
Now, let's see how we market Ecogen. Our customers are large pressboard producers with facility to utilize our adhesive for their benefits. They're mainly located in Asia, which represents the largest share of the pressboard adhesive market. And we target Thailand and China with $2.5 billion market opportunities. With the nature of our product, we use direct sales and product trial as key strategies to acquire our customers. We start with Thailand first, since the market is highly concentrated with only 6 players owning up to 90% of Thai market, which worth $170 million. And 3 of our potential customers has already requested for our product sample to run the production test. And 2 of the tests at Vanachai and Panaplus prove that Ecogen can save their costs and satisfy regulatory and industry standards. No switching costs, because we have segmented them already.
Is there a person that you're disrupting with that has a big share in the adhesive space?
Normally, producer produce many types of woods, from non-toxic and low toxic and medium toxic. So large pressboard producers have the facility to use our product, the non-toxic one, and they are major producers in the selected market.
Who are the vendors of the adhesive?
Vendors on.
Who are you eliminating? Are you replacing somebody?
You're trying to replace the current usage of MDI, which is provided by global chemical companies such as Hunman, BASF, and others like chemicals. And we're trying to tackle the formaldehyde as well, which is provided by others and this chemical company as well.
So in other words, BASF currently sells the products that make the high formaldehyde adhesives.
They have both the formaldehyde adhesive and the non-toxic adhesive, which is MDI.
They have both, yeah. But the market for the non-toxic is very small for them, because MDI can be used in many industries, and the pressboard industry for the non-toxic is still small. Because
their non-toxic costs a lot more.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yes, exactly.
And are they a supplier of your raw reagents?
Sorry?
Who supplies your raw reagents?
Those chemical companies.
So it's the same. So
we can actually obtain from the chemical companies and the local chemical companies in Thailand as well.
Because MDI is produced by many producers, not just only one. Yeah. So while another test at Makeup Eye is still in the process and is expected to complete within next month. And with this satisfaction, we have secured 2 letters of intent from them, which represent over half of the Thai market. In year 2, we will expand to China, the largest pressboard producers and exporters with $2.4 billion market opportunities. However, since Chinese market is highly fragmented with over 150 customers dispersing across the geography, we use market focus strategy to capture them. Eastern China.
So the manufacturers of the pressboard are in China, but the companies that they're producing for are in other places.
Yes, like they export to USA
Like the US.
and other countries that comply with the regulations.
So is the manufacturer motivated to
is forced by the law. If they want to export to here or other countries like in EU to comply with the regulations, the formaldehyde emission regulation.
What's the compliance enforcement of that? Can it actually be closely monitored? Because we've seen recently where it hasn't been, and products have shown up on the shelves in the U.S. So how's the compliance monitored?
Okay.
The export?
So basically, the press board producers must get a third-party certification on formaldehyde emission in that respective country first. And then when they actually sell, for example, sell to actually furniture here, the furniture retailer has to have the second certification on formaldehyde emission.
Like
So,
certification in both retailer and manufacturer's level.
Yeah.
They will be inspected by the third party. So Eastern China is the key location where our potential customers are concentrated. And we have identified 9 of them, which with like $140 million sales potential. Ecogen's product will be introduced through key business trade fair for this market. And we have confirmed our spot in one of the largest food fair, Food Guangzhou 2015. We also leverage on our local customers to capture the potential customers in this market. And with this connection, we have made initial contact with 4 potential Chinese customers. And one of them, Changzhou Wonderwood, has already requested for our product sample to run a production test. Our customers will adopt our product in their non-toxic portfolio first and gradually replace the medium and low toxic with our product to serve the increasing demands of the green product in the countries that comply with the regulation, and to also reduce and eliminate the inspection costs on formaldehyde product by the third party. Next, please. And for example, like Ashley Furniture, they expected to save like $28 million on the inspection cost on the formaldehyde product because their product will be inspected by the third party every time if it's formaldehyde. But if they use our product, the non-toxic, this will be exempted. So I'll let our BD Pat to show you how we operate our business.
Ecogen production plant will be established in Thailand Industrial Eastern Seaboard, which has already provided ready-to-use facility and give logistic benefits with a tax exemption from Thailand Board of Investment. This diagram illustrates our production process. The crucial process is our production, which consists of 2 major processes: biopolymer synthesis and chemical formulation. In the synthesis process, out of million monomers, a specific 2 pairs is selected and chemically fused inside the reactor under specific temperature, pressure, and time to produce our proprietary biopolymer. Subsequent formulating processes for both biopolymer and non-toxic lighting agents are then taking place in another 2 separate reactors. Here, additive will be added to chemically adjust the formulation so that the 2 components will perfectly compatible once mixed at the press board production line.
So the manufacturing plant that's ready to go, is somebody else using it? Are you leasing some time of production runs? Would you have it all the time? Like what's the...
In Thailand, we have industrial estates that already have the facility, and we can just only move the equipment and ready to set up the plant.
And nobody's using that at the moment? So you still have to, the equipment's there, but you still have to get the equipment there and get it all built, or the plant's just sitting there ready to go?
The plan is there.
Okay.
plan is there, but we are raising the investment to actually buy all the equipment and move into the facility. That's the photo of like the reference plan. Yeah, you see that the photo of the reactor. That's the normal reactor that like
Building industry. To prevent our product replication, the synthesis process will be patented, while the ingredients and chemical formulation will be kept a trade secret. And now, let me show you how we minimize our risks. In terms of supply, we can obtain from at least 5 global chemical companies to ensure the consistency of our raw material supply. Delivery of e-cogen will be managed by the professional logistics in each respective country. Production of e-cogen is not a labor-intensive as most activities are automated. Labor is only required to monitor and input command. And to scale up our production capacity is highly feasible as the most required machinery are industry standard. And additional reactor with minor modification can add to scale up our production. And now let's see what our people can make happen.
So our management team has a combined experience of 20 years in press-sport-related industries. Three of our founders here has a strong connection in press-sport industry, furniture industries, and adhesive industries. Floyd, my CFO, has a 3-year experience working directly under CEO of Vanashai, Asia's largest press-sport producers. Joy, my director of sales, has been involved in adhesive business for almost 6 years. And Top, my CMO, has been running this furniture business for almost 8 years. And besides who are highly active in this market, we also have heavy hitters on our team. Here, our COO has a 27-year experience in adhesive plant management. And our inventor, Dr. Vipavlai, a 25-year adhesive specialist, is also part of our companies and will be taking the lead in our research and development. So with this combination of experiences, we are highly confident in the success of e-cogen. So now I have my CFO and our clickers tell you how much money we can actually make from e-cogen.
So, e-cogen will be sold to the press-sport producers in Thailand and in China, and by the end of year 5, we expect to reach up to 190 million in sales revenue from the 6 main customers in Thailand and 7 customers in China, with an average profit margin of 17%. Moreover, we expect to break even within just only 12 months because we have already scaled with 2 customers in Thailand already. And with that, in our business, the most sensitive factors to success lies in our selling price, in which we can withstand a 20% fall while maintain our zero NPV at a 40% discount rate. Hence, it has been our pleasure to come here and present our valuable opportunity to you. We are asking for $2.4 million investment for a 25% equity in return and a 2 of 5 board seats. With that, we will spend a 58% for the development of our plant and equipment, while 24% will be used for the working capital and 12% for our raw material. And by the end of year 5, we expect to sell e-cogen at 4 times PE ratio, which your initial investment will ramp up to a $39 million for a 75% return. And so once again, let's hear from our CEO.
Just a question on that. So it would seem to me that you'd have interest from strategic investors in this. I mean, given the seriousness of the regulations and compliance. So of the suppliers that you have or others, are you in conversations with any of them for strategic investment in the 2.4 round or later on?
We haven't been in that negotiation yet. We're also looking for it.
So that, once again, let's hear from our CEO.
So here we are giving you a ready-to-start business with a very tangible potentials. By riding on the trend of regulation and green products, we will be big. So invest with us and lead the change together. Thank you.
Before we came in here, there was this whole big news story on 60 Minutes, which you may know about, with lumber liquidators.
Yes.
Right, that then tanked their stock the next day on the news. And basically the story was that they knew, they were saying that they were meeting the regulations.
Right.
They somehow had been getting through this, right? So to the question of how do you know the regulations are unfolding, and yet when they went to the manufacturers and really pressed in the questions, the manufacturers said, yeah, we're not meeting it. So it was somewhere in this scheme of compliance and regulations, the system fell down. Where did it fall down, and why is that not a problem that we should not still be concerned with?
So for the US, the regulation is pretty new, I would say, because actually it enforces by the California state first, right, and then it just become nationwide in 2013. But there's still like a lot of negotiations going on between like the retailers and the press board producers who have to hold a lot, like, the additional costs that incur from these regulations. So I mean, for the US, I think they are still in the process of working, like, yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of process that has been made in the US. But for other countries like Europe, the regulation has been in place since 2006. And in Japan, it has been imposed on since 2008. And Japan has already moved toward the non-toxic segments already.
And stricter regulations.
Yeah.
So in the cases where those areas have already very clearly moved to toxic,
Sure.
then your primary business proposition here is lower cost.
Exactly. Yeah, but a non-toxic.
Right.
So walk us through the timeline. You get $2.4 million today. How quickly can you start producing? Then what's the timeline to get your adhesive plants? How does that all work?
So basically, we're giving the 6-month lead times before the actual operations. So we'll be ready after 6 months after funded, because basically we are moving all the equipment, like purchase the equipment and then moving the ready-to-use facility in Thailand. And then we spend 2 months scaling up from our current state to the industrial level. So that's 6 months.
Okay.
Yes.
So it'll take a couple months to scale up and produce in
Yes.
mass the actual amount of adhesive. And when with this one plant, what's your capacity output? How many manufacturers can you sell to with the one plant? Do you have to add more plants? Or
So in our initial plant, we consist of 3 production lines, which each line can have a reactor size of 3 tons, and that can serve 485 tons per line it can produce.
Say that
So-
again, 3 tons of adhesive serves what?
400.
So 3 tons, 3 production lines,
Yeah.
and that's 480 tons per month. So that will cover our demand for our 2 years project itself.
Okay, and then after 2 years, you'd add the
Yeah,
next
yeah, we
plant.
can
Yes,
more
exactly.
expensive.
What sort of protection do you have on the photo and the polymer itself? You cite that it will take somebody a year to replicate, and then the variations another 4 to 6 months. But let's say it's out 18 months. Somebody who has existing facilities, well capitalized, can figure out your formula and go to market perhaps on a greater scale. How do you manage that?